Well, ADV riders around the world have been eagerly awaiting this announcement for a while. The replacement for the KLR 650 was rumored and hinted at by Kawasaki since October, and speculation ran rampant. Would Kawasaki put out a twin-cylinder bike to compete with the Tenere 700? After all, they had that nice Ninja 650 motor laying around. Or maybe they'd bore that single out to a 700, put some serious suspension on the bike, drop some weight, and make the off-road adventure that riders around the world have been craving. Alas, that was not to be. What did Kawasaki build? A 2018 KLR with fuel injection and some serious middle-age spread. Yawn. So, if you've been waiting for the launch of this bike to decide between the new KLR and the Tenere 700, you are now free to hit your local Yamaha dealer and put down your deposit. Unless you want to save 3,300 American dollars. Let's take a look at this thing and dive into the details. Well, I won't be trading in my T7 for the KLR anytime soon. It seems like Kawasaki discontinued the KLR 650 in 2018 only to stick fuel injection on it, add a few tweaks, pack on a whole bunch of weight, and pretty much roll out the same bike for 2021, even though it's listed as a 2022. It's a little disappointing, but there are some changes, so let's go over them. The biggest difference is obviously the fuel injection, which improves efficiency, emissions, and mileage. The tank capacity is still the same 6.1 gallons, but the new bike should be able to go a little further on the same amount of gas. The other obvious change is the digital dash, which is an upgrade from the 2018 model, which, to be honest, did look cheap. However, no tachometer? Really, Kawasaki? Really? Also, hallelujah! According to Kawasaki, the doohickey has been beefed up. Now let's get to the looks, because the new bike does look a bit better than the roundish, bulbous 2008 to 2018 design. The new fairing looks more like Kawasaki's naked Z bikes, and the new KLR sports an LED headlight. To me, the best looking KLRs though were the pre-2008 80s dirt bike looking ones. Yes, they provided the least wind protection, but they also had that ready for the zombie apocalypse look that adventure riders crave. Despite Kawasaki publishing a long list of new features on the 2022 model, most changes amount to small upgrades like a slightly larger front disc, thicker rear disc, revised cam profiles for mid-range power, new battery, new thicker longer swing arm, everybody likes thicker and longer, new rear frame, and a bit more weather protection. No official power figures have been released, but if this bike makes 50 horses, I'll eat my shorts. For the shorter of leg, the seat height has been dropped to 34.3 inches from 35. Just remember, the KLR has always had a wide, comfortable seat, so that 34.3 inches will feel taller than a narrow dirt bike with the same seat height. Oh, and the gearbox has apparently been upgraded, but not with a 6th gear. One bright spot when it comes to this bike is the price, which remains the same as the 2018 version. There are 3 models listed on the US website, and they are priced to kill. The standard KLR costs $6,700 US, with the ABS model costing $7,000. There is a Traveler version listed on the US website that comes with 2 power sockets, ABS, and a plastic top box, and costs $7,400. By the way, the ABS can't be turned off, but is apparently programmed by Bosch no less to allow some wheel slippage. Finally, the fully dressed adventure version comes with the ABS, power sockets, one of which is a USB, engine guards, fog lamps, and plastic side cases. Many accessories are available, including factory heated grips. The fully loaded adventure goes for $8,000 US, $2,000 less incidentally than a stripped down Tenere 700. In Canada, we only get the standard model and the adventure, and the Canadian dollar prices are $7,500 for the standard, $7,800 for the ABS, and $10,000 for the adventure. Kawasaki is clearly going for a very aggressive pricing strategy. Color-wise, you have 3 choices. Pearl Sand Khaki for those traveling across the Sahara, Pearl Lava Orange for the safety-conscious rider concerned about being seen on the road, and Cypher Camo Gray in case you want to live out your Mad Max fantasy. All are pretty attractive, so let's collectively thank Kawasaki for not offering neon green. So all the changes don't necessarily make this new KLR a better bike, because there is one change that customers will not like in the least, and that concerns weight. When the KLR 650 first came out in 1987, it weighed 417 pounds full of fuel. Heavy for a dual sport, but the comfort it provided over lighter rivals made a lot of people compromise on the weight. When it was updated in 2008, the wet weight ballooned up to 432 pounds, and despite the better weather protection, a lot of KLR fans were not happy. How much does the 2022 weigh? Ready for this? 456 pounds standard and 461 with ABS. I don't want to offend the body positivity movement, but that's a chunky bike. Now to be fair, it's still the second lightest bike in the middleweight ADV segment. The Tenere 700 weighs 452 pounds. However, if you really want to split hairs, the fact that the KLR carries 15 more pounds of fuel makes it lighter. Fine, but it also has 2/3 the power of a Tenere. So, final verdict. The new KLR doesn't really compete with the Tenere 700. It's cheaper, but you get less for your money. Additionally, it's too heavy to compete with large dual sports like the Suzuki DR650, which weighs about 90 pounds less. So who is this bike for? The ADV rider who likes a great deal, goes off-road, isn't in much of a hurry, and doesn't need the latest tech, like a tachometer. Overall, if I was in the market for an inexpensive bike which can literally take you around the world, this one would be tempting. In this price range, it has no competition. However, it does have one big problem, and that's the bazillion KLRs on the used market. There is literally a glut of them from every era and ranging in price from just about half the price of a new one for a recent model to pocket change for some of the older ones. And all of those older bikes are lighter than the new one. So unless you're looking for a KLR with fuel injection because you change elevation frequently, a much less expensive 2017 or 18 model might be the better deal, especially since this is a bike aimed at the price-sensitive consumer. My feelings are mixed. I love that companies like Kawasaki offer value, but that extra 28 pounds. What do you think? Are you excited or just meh? If you're in the market for a KLR, will you buy this or used? Or a Tenere? Share your views in the comments below. Meh or no meh. It's good to see the old girl back at it. Ride safe. If you're interested in any of the gear that Brooke and I wear or use, or the camera equipment we use to film this channel, the links are below. Everything listed there was bought with our own money, and we are not sponsored by any company. However, the links below are affiliate links, and the channel is paid a small amount for referring you to shop at no additional cost to you. We do not recommend any products that we are not satisfied with ourselves, but we do strongly urge you to do your research and select the correct size for items like helmets and clothing. As always, thanks for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. Please hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and leave a comment below. And whatever you ride, enjoy it. Wave at other bikers no matter what they're riding. We're all part of a brotherhood and sisterhood. Keep the rubber side down, shiny side up, and may the spokes be with you.
Actually, I don't know, maybe it's not that high. I'm almost flat-footing it. Look at it. This is a wide seat.